sit all cloudy and blends with the dream of bottles lying everywhere. Got a guitar in my hand and a Western oil can under my ukole for a chair. It's Aloha Friday, no work till Monday. It's Aloha Friday, no work till...
Did last.
And Michael,
as the king
did.
of pop. Okay?
Yeah, man.
King of rock and roll, king of pop. No. Those were all the early years. But think about what Michael Jackson did and amassed as an entertainment formula, and how he did it at Aloha Stadium right here in Hawaii.
Yeah.
And if you were privileged enough to see him at Aloha Stadium, you would now be realizing, like people are starting to realize, gee, how come you never have him at Aloha Stadium? You had Mick Jagger and the Rolling Stones at Aloha Stadium. Wait, you had the best concert in Mick Jagger and the Rolling Stones, Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson for the Dangerous Tour.
And you're right.
And you had some,
which I got lucky to see.
Some other great bands at the Aloha Stadium. And the only failure...
The Eagles, I think, were there too.
Yeah, the only failure, that's right. The only failure at Aloha Stadium, Whitney Houston.
Really?
Yeah. I'm so sorry. My throat is sore. I can't sing. And can't sing, she showed us how not to sing. She showed people at the stadium going, we paid for this?
Well, also, if you remember too, there was a show, Jimi Hendrix, when he was alive, he came here too. Not at the stadium, but he performed at somewhere here, Blaisdell, Shell, or something.
Wow,
and,
Jimi Hendrix.
Yeah, and his first show, he came on stage for 5 minutes, did a little number, and left because he just wasn't feeling good.
Yeah.
So he ended up returning the next day, so people at least got to see him perform.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
Well, at least
he
they got
did
to see him
return the
perform.
next day to see him perform.
Yeah.
But Whitney Houston, I mean, that's a different story. As a singer, I mean, being a singer, I remember a vocal coach telling me, he's like, it's much easier to just be a normal person.
Yeah.
You know, because as a singer, it's one of the most difficult things because you're subject to biology, physiology, emotional state of mind, health, sickness. All those things can affect you.
Way too deep, son. Way too deep.
I'm just saying. Like,
people trying to wake up now going, what the heck are they talking about? They're talking about showbiz.
And in Whitney's case, obviously drugs played a big part of that too. So I mean, this is difficult, because you got to be in a kind of a good place to hit those good notes.
Well, she was in a good place. Unfortunately, it wasn't a place to sing.
Yeah.
So they came.
But yeah, good point.
That was the only real bad concert, at the Aloha Stadium.
Bruno should have been at the Aloha Stadium. I'll give you that.
Yeah. You know what's funny? They're saying that now because of the 3 sold out. But remember what Bruno said when he was first coming out a few years ago, 2010. When he was a little boy. HIC was too big for him. He didn't know if he could really perform in that. And here today he's selling out 3 concerts at what is now the NBC.
I think that was when he was first coming back as Bruno Mars. Right. So he wasn't a kid anymore, but he was coming back, and so he said, the arena's too big. Yes. So now he sold out 3 concerts, and you can take those
3 concerts and put them all in the
Aloha Stadium, and you could do 3.
3 shows there.
You think he would sell out 3 Aloha Stadium shows?
Yeah. Oh, I think so.
Yeah.
Want to go back?
How many people can fit in the Blaisdell though? It's like 10,000.
Wait. Let me count. 1, 2.
That many, huh?
It's going to take a little while. Why don't we take a musical break and we'll come right back? We've spent the whole news time on Bruno Mars. And
4. I'm up to 5.
5, 6. Aloha Stadium. I see a football game. Okay, that's 10,000. Used to be 50. Okay, so we'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Aloha Friday. I'm Kimo Kahawano.
And Leilani Kupaho Marino.
And our fearless engineer, Min. And it's Aloha Friday, brought to you by
He said, and it's Peloton Companies.
Yeah, the great sounds of Genoa Keawe right here at 17 minutes past 6 o'clock. Happy Aloha Friday. I'm Kimo Kahawano.
This is Ika Kahawano.
And Leilani Kupaho Marino.
And with our fearless engineer, Min, we are a team. Aren't you excited, folks? Thank you very much for tuning in, not only here on AM 940, but am940hawaii.com on your computers, and also out there on the big space with iHeartRadio, AM 940.
iHeartRadio and the TuneIn app.
Yeah.
On any of your
TuneIn
mobile-
app?
TuneIn.
It's a new one.
No, it's been around, and it's been around. And
But
actually,
it
when iHeart
works.
failed, TuneIn worked for probably another week before that wasn't working anymore. So if you can't catch us on iHeart, check out TuneIn.
Yeah.
Workable.
And if you can, hey, try move to Hawaii. And that might solve some of your problems.
We were glad to come home last week.
That was funny.
Oh my gosh, a surprise.
It was nice to fly back into Honolulu.
That was really funny.
Yep, definitely.
We were in Seattle last
Yeah,
week.
congratulations to Leilani's daughter, Hoku,
Hoku,
and
yeah.
Sam. who
Yeah,
got
you guys
married.
were gone last week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think,
Seattle is cold, folks.
yes.
Okay, some of you are used to. Now I know why people walk around here with shorts and everything when it's cold over here, because it's not cold for them.
Yeah.
They're running around in shorts and jogging, and it's freezing. It's 50s.
In the shade, it's even colder.
And it's crazy.
But you know,
It's
we were
crazy.
at the top of the Space Needle, which was an absolutely fabulous
Much better than the
view.
bottom of the Space Needle. There's nothing happening there.
Well, we got to see, what was it? Chikuli glass. Chikuli glass. I could see it and I couldn't say it.
Now we're going to. I didn't know they spoke different languages in Seattle.
They do. I just brought it home.
But anyway, speaking of bringing it home, let's come back. Come back to the local stuff that's happening.
Yeah.
Is there
here
local
in
stuff
Hawaii.
happening?
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
a lot.
And the local stuff is basically that, I want to know who signed up. I want to know the 8,000 people from Hawaii who signed up for Obamacare. That's what I want to know. I don't care who
That's
didn't
like an
sign up,
all-star
because
list.
that's a lot of us. But 8,000 is not too hard to,
It's
get a
very
list of
low
names.
on the national list.
Yeah.
Very low in numbers.
And they felt they wanted to do it. So I want to know who those people are. Crazy.
Ah.
Plus, now they're requesting more money to get more people signed up. Does this sound familiar? Does this sound like, something of a roll call that, don't worry, everybody will sign up and we'll be a nation? Not that easy, eh? No, it's a different story.
Yeah, I still don't even understand how that whole thing works.
Yeah, you don't have to. Why waste the time of the show? We're here to entertain people, okay?
Hey, in Kaka'ako yesterday, as I was driving through, a lot of development going up over there.
Kaka'ako?
Yeah.
Big development.
Yeah, there's that commercial
Huge.
too for that. I don't know. They're supposed to have some community thing
Yes.
happening. They're building up several condominiums there, and then they're
Yep.
supposed to connect it with the rail somehow. and-
Yes. And they're
So,
even-
so that their whole podium is, you don't have to drive anymore.
Wow.
You can just live here, catch the bus or catch the rail or whatever. But I don't think the rail goes to Kaka'ako.
well, you
The
know, when
rail-
you surprise it'll find its
The rail
way.
eventually will get to Kaka'ako, but none of us in this room will be alive.
You know what's funny? It was
The rail has finally reached
Oh, as they say.
Kaka'ako. 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 Okay. We're gonna go to Kaka'ako now.
I think I
The cost is $380 a ticket one way. Okay? Okay? Used to be on a plane going to the mainland, but now you just go Kaka'ako for a couple of days. It won't cost you that much money. Because it took that much money to fill out the rail transit. Now, right now, we just get monuments. They're called pillars to hold up the train.
So
Okay,
as,
that's going to be a beautiful sight against the scenic background.
as
Paul!
you say.
Big concrete. It's like if right now the aliens came and they found our civilization, they would say, "Oh, look, pyramids." They would. Okay, so anyway.
you got those stones. What is that place that has the circle of stones?
Yeah.
What's it,
Hinge.
Iron-
Hinge.
Stonehenge.
Stonehenge.
So it's kind of like a modern day equivalent of that, I suppose, but in Hawaii.
Yeah.
How did they get there? That's what the aliens would say.
Unbelievable.
Amazing.
Stonehenge.
Yeah. So we have like Hawaii's version.
Rail
of that.
hinge.
Rail hinge.
Right. Hey, by the way, Iolani Palace is also in Sapporo.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah,
what's
we
up
were
with
just looking
that?
at it.
Woohoo! Isn't that
beautiful?
beautiful? Yeah. They do that in Sapporo. They do ice
Yes,
sculpture.
Ice sculptures,
scaled-down
Yeah.
version of Iolani Palace.
Just beautiful. Sapporo.
That was
It's the
at
winter
at-
festival that they have every year.
But this
And
was
so they did a replica of the Iolani Palace,
in
but
1982.
Oh, that was from 82.
In 1982.
Oh.
So let's make sure we're on the right year, though.
Oh,
1982. Gee, were we born in 1982?
Was he kind of?
I was around. I was 4 years old. That actually looks sort of.
I was 5.
Because it's ice already. It looks sort of like almost ghostly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Image
Like
of
a
the
haze.
past.
Yeah.
Just
Okay.
like the ghost.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, I have flipped the page, and therefore we must go directly to sports.
That's right. Do not pass go. Do not collect your $200 and wake up, everybody.
Yo.
Sports time, 6:23 a.m. Go sports. So wake up is what I'm telling myself after running 2,000 meters in the sand at Aloha and hiking Cocoa Head not once but twice on Wednesday.
Woo!
But I'm still making it happen this morning for you folks. And no one is making it happen more than my new favorite player on the PGA Tour, one Mr. Bubba Watson, after decisively winning his second Masters in just 3 years on Sunday in true Bubba fashion, with the golf shirt buttoned all the way to the top.
Oh, yes,
So there's
definitely.
the answer
No wonder
to the
you're
question
looking like
earlier
Bubba.
this morning.
I could have sworn the day after the bub donned his second green jacket, there were more people walking around with completely buttoned-up shirts in honor of the great accomplishment and even till this Aloha Friday.
Oh yeah.
And in the LPGA, the Latte Championship, or Lotte Championship, how do you say that, Deb?
Lotte.
Lotte.
Okay, the Lotte
Lotte.
Championship is all the rage here at Ko'olina with a star-studded lineup of LPGA pros, including one Punahou and Stanford grad Michelle Wie, coming off her runner-up finish at the Kraft Nabisco Championship Major 2 weeks ago, and is 7 under and 1 shot behind leader Angela Stanford. Not her college, but
No,
there's
hey,
actually
listen,
Yeah.
I got to play golf with Angela
Yes.
Stanford. How's that? Back at the days of the other tournament that was right there at Ko'olina. So Angela Stanford, great champion. Michelle Wie, wow, never been better.
And I find it ironic
Yes.
that the person who's leading Stanford is
Yeah.
the same, holds the same name as the college that Michelle went to. So
Oh, there you go. That's
Yeah.
right.
kind of
Hey.
weird, right? Kind of like a weird, like
But
twist there.
Michelle's hot.
Yeah, so after 2 rounds of play, she's 1 shot behind leader Angela Stanford, and she's coming off of her best round ever in 3 years of the championship, of the Lotte Championship, shooting a bogey-free 5 under par 67 yesterday
Yeah.
at the West Side's finest links, and heading into the weekend with that seemingly uncomfortable but iconic and somehow functional putting stance. And to be determined, good or bad news for the University of Hawaii men's basketball bows, as starting point guard Schaumburger has decided he will be leaving UH and heading to his 3rd team in 5 seasons to play ball. The reason for the departure is undisclosed, but may be tied to a new junior college transfer, point guard Roderick Bobbitt from Indian Hills Community College in Iowa, that the Bows recruited for next season, which is unfortunate for the Bows, because although Schaumburger was directly responsible to the Bows season ending prematurely with the last-second poor inbound pass turnover in that loss to Cal State Northridge in the opening round of the Big West Tournament, he was also a major factor to them even making it that far, as he did average over 9 points and 5 assists per game and led the offense pretty well. And he played like a hero in that final game up until that final inbound play. And it's that time of year again, no, not quite the NFL draft day, the other time of year in the other sport. And no, I'm not talking about the NHL Stanley Cup either, although that's also happening. I'm talking about the NBA playoffs, which kick off tomorrow tomorrow with Nets Raptors, Hawks Pacers in the East, and Warriors Clippers Grizzlies Thunder in the West, followed on Sunday with Mavericks Spurs Trailblazers Rockets in the West, and Bobcats Heat Wizards Bulls in the East. And yes, I did say Bobcats, Wizards, and Raptors, all teams who are new to the postseason, and I didn't say Lakers or Celtics. Looks like the times they are changing, as Bob's
What up?
say, yeah.
What up?
In the NBA. It makes me wonder if the Heat got the three-peat in them with all these up-and-coming young guns out there, and we'll find out the answer to that sooner or later these next 2 months. And lastly, it happened last Saturday.
Uh-huh.
This happened, and I don't know if you knew about it, but I just found out about it this morning on the way to the show.
Okay.
Listen to Taka and Casey over there on Power 104.3. But it happened last Sunday, or Saturday, and somehow missed my sports radar. So I
Okay.
apologize for that. But did you know that the Pac-Man, Manny Pacquiao,
Oh yeah.
he fought Timothy Bradley for the second time, dubbed
And
Pacquiao
won.
Bradley 2.
And won.
And this time, Pac-Man won a unanimous decision and immediately went and spent $20K on his entourage buying them clothes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Ooh,
And there's your look at sports on Aloha Friday, so let's talk about Bradley.
20K. He spent 20K.
Hey.
Man, must be a small entourage.
And not only that,
Okay.
we're going to have a Pacquiao Ohana on this morning. So how appropriate is
Well,
this?
it's spelled differently.
But she explained.
But same family.
Same family.
Oh, no way.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she
wait.
said because when they came here, you know how everything became Americanized and names were changed. And so he has the Q, they have the Y.
Oh. So
Yeah.
if there's any Kahuanos out there,
Explain that
spelled
better later.
W-A-N-O.
Gee, thank you.
Hey, but you know, talking about Lotte. So the first year, 3 years ago, Ai Miyazato wins. And it turns out Lotte had actually started in 1948 in Japan. And then
1948, you said?
1948, from gum. And then expanded into Korea.
Yeah.
So it really is a
originally the company
Korean-
was owned by Japan.
Yeah.
Okay, and then Chimichin and the Lotte guys in Korea established this new mega company. Okay, and it's grew
From a
from that.
bubblegum.
Now it's huge and one of the biggest companies in the,
In the
world.
world.
Okay.
No way.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So this Lotte golf tournament is indeed
Yes.
whatever they want it to be, and because it's big, but
He who has
It's around
he who has the
food.
gold.
but a
It's around food.
great stage for Michelle Wee
Yes.
coming off the win
Yes.
and really in tune with her game. So
Yeah, I mean, so that's what it sort of looks like. There was actually an article about her on Wednesday or Thursday in the Star Advertiser talking about how she's like, finally kind of at the top of her game.
She's inspired by being home, she said.
yeah, and
Partly.
she's a very tall person.
Yes.
I mean, for
That's what I'm
a
saying,
woman
man.
athlete who's involved not in volleyball, not in swimming, not in basketball, but she tried all the sports.
Yeah.
And golf was it. I mean, this was something that was very unique and very special. But
She wasn't that tall.
Well, one flashback. Okay, at 11 years old, she was over 5'10".
Wait.
She might have been 5'10" and a half.
Oh, really? I thought she was
At 11. Okay.
Okay.
Listen to the history, son.
Okay.
Just put it down for a moment and listen to the history.
In sports.
We're at Ko'olina,
Okay.
the golf course they're playing now. On the #1 hole for the women's tee, she hits the ball to the right of the bunkers, and when you see this par 5, you'll know where that is. Then she hits the second shot at 11 years old, not only on the green, but just over the green in the back on this par 5. Then she puts it right into the hole for eagle at 11 years old. So Michelle Wee was always good, trust me. And yeah, there are other people answering the call, but she is something else, something very, very special. And her roots are really here. There are a lot of people who played golf with her, a lot of golf professionals that I talked to about this very special and talented lady, and we all wish her well.
So-
and you get the final say.
I do. So I didn't even know about the Pacquiao Bradley fight.
Oh, well.
I mean, I knew about it, but
Son, you're in sports. You never not know about sports.
it's like
Are
I
you
knew-
listening to me?
Okay.
Are you listening
Allow
to
me-
me?
allow me
You
to-
never not know about sports.
Allow me to-
You're a sportsman. If you're gonna do sports, fake it.
Not I didn't know about
No,
it.
wait. Fake it. Lie about it.
No.
You're in sports.
It's not that
This
I
is
didn't know
not
about it. It's
confession
just that
time.
it slipped
What?
my mind.
You just did a great sports
funny.
report, and the last thing you want to say is, I didn't know about the fight.
No,
It's
that's
over.
why I said, allow me to rephrase it.
Let's
I
take
knew
a
about
musical
it.
break.
It
We'll
just
be right
slipped my
back,
mind.
ladies and gentlemen, with Aloha Friday, brought to you by...
He said, and it's Pelotron Companies.
Okay, there's the beautiful music of Paine No.
Mailani.
Yeah, that's the one and only.
Love
But that's from
voice.
her earlier.
That's a good song.
Yeah.
Solid.
Pene,
She's
no,
up- she's up,
this,
yeah.
that.
So she's up for... no, she's not up for... well, she's up for
Yeah.
several awards and categories, but also some other groups for Song of the Year. So that's
Yes.
going to be really interesting.
Yes.
Okay. And wow, that's right. Hoku's coming up, by the way,
Yeah.
May 24th, Saturday.
And Lifetime Achievement Awards.
All you have to
before
do is call the office, okay, or look up on the website the Hawaii Academy of Recording Arts, okay, and now Hoku Hano Hano Awards, okay. Check it out because it's going to be at the convention center. It's
Well,
gonna
she's
be
actually
really
up for
good.
Female Vocalist of the Year.
Yeah,
Yep, Mailani.
she has and quite a few other artists up for that. Okay.
Anohea, Robikakala, Hulu Lindsay, and Napua.
Yeah.
Hulu
All of
Lindsay,
them.
Oha, and her mother was a good musician, and then here's Napua Makua, her
Yeah.
daughter.
So, but now they've taken out Napua Makua from the category because she didn't want to be in the category, okay, against her mom. So they've taken her out and they put in Yosa because Yosa had the next most votes.
Oh, what? Great.
Okay.
Hey, nice to have that direct history since you're on the board of HARA.
Well, it's a direct history because I happen to know,
Yes.
what's going on.
And
I don't
because you
know.
were the-
I don't know everything.
But you were one of the founding members too, so
Like
that's
Ikako
awesome.
was saying, I don't know everything,
Yeah.
but
We
that's
all
the way it
learn.
goes.
Well, she's also up for Christmas Album of the Year
Yeah.
with My Island Christmas.
Yeah, kind of beautiful. that stuff.
Well, sure.
And a lot of interesting categories. So, you know, you got.
And they've added to the hokus, right? Because a lot of these categories weren't in the original hokus.
Right,
It's growing and expanding.
Well, yeah, and changing, and then when you don't have enough people, then they got to cut that category out. Okay.
Okay.
So
Can we take a moment, since today's Good Friday?
It is Good Friday.
Music into church music and some of the services that are happening. I know St. Andrew's and Our Lady of Peace and some other, and many of the churches obviously
well,
are
all
having,
of the churches,
yes,
I would
are
suppose,
having
would
their-
have a special Easter performance and a weekend
I won't make
schedule.
any assumptions, but I would hope that that is true. And then Sunday is Easter.
Yes, Sunday is
Many
Easter.
scavenger Easter egg hunts.
Easter. So wherever you're planning to go, whatever you're planning to do, of course, that is very good.
The great message of
but,
hope.
But for the celebration of Easter, it means different things to different people.
Yes.
Okay. Some of them are Easter memories. Some of them are church memories. But some of them are just finding Easter eggs memories.
Well, remember we were in Seattle and there was a young lady going around the downstairs and on the floors putting Easter eggs
Yeah, and then when
around.
you take the egg, they're squawking. How can you squawk? You take an egg, you put the egg out there.
I thought you wanted us to pick up the eggs.
I guess not Easter yet, so anyway. Anybody have an Easter story about remembering Easter and how special it was?
I just remember when we used to have scavenger hunts, and I ended up finding the golden egg one year.
The golden
I believe it.
It was in the back, hidden under the aloe plants. Aloe. I call it aloe, but everyone else calls it aloe.
It's aloe.
Aloe.
I like the only one that
Yeah.
says aloe, but
Yeah.
it was hiding in the back under the aloe plants. Yeah, the golden
You
egg.
found the golden egg.
And the golden egg had $5 in it.
Ooh, that was big deal, Dan.
You are a smart boy.
That's big when you're 10
That
years
was
old.
nice Easter
Yeah.
bunny.
When you're 10 years old, $5 is like $500.
Yes, and when you have other children to share with. Ooh.
Oh, not to share.
Oh, okay.
But I wonder, at that time, we're talking like, 25 years ago or so.
Yeah.
Like, what would that be equivalent to today? You'd have to
Yeah.
put at least $20 in the golden egg
Oh, yeah.
to get the same buying power.
Today, yes, definitely.
Well,
Definitely.
I
So yes, it
remember.
was really great.
Yeah, I remember waking up and having Easter baskets waiting at the end of the bed.
Oh yeah, Easter baskets, the good old
Yeah,
Easter
remember
baskets.
that?
Yeah, I remember
Yeah,
that.
the Easter baskets.
Easter baskets.
They were good because you
With a
could
little
find
bunny
all
in
kind
it.
of stuff, not only on the top, but underneath.
Yes, that's under the grass.
secret.
That's right.
Yeah.
I think one of my favorite gifts in the Easter thing was, that paddle that has the ball?
Oh yeah.
Attached
little
to it,
rubber
the paddle
ball.
ball thing.
Yeah, paddleball
You
thing.
can go with that all day.
Which today
Hey,
is
all day, all
Today
night.
is that, what is that thing?
Kendama, that's huge.
Kendama.
Yeah,
I was actually at
Yeah.
Kahala Mall yesterday, and
Kendama.
there was like a group of kids just
Oh,
going
yeah.
off with that stuff.
And they're good at it.
It's
I mean, it's like they
exploded.
spend time practicing. Why don't you do your homework? No.
But you,
It's kind of weird because it's just like a scoop of ice cream on an ice cream cone, but it like comes off and goes back.
And it goes back on.
there's a message that actually accompanies this in one of the stores that we were at, and it really fits with Good Friday and the Easter because
yeah?
of the way it looks like a cross.
Uh-huh.
It's symbolic of the trilogy with the top.
Mm-hmm.
So it really was started in a way of sharing, well, one of the ways I should say that was what I saw on this card, shared because of the faith, wanting to share the faith out in a global way.
Mm-hmm.
And so when you really look at this in the way they've presented in this particular written message, it really is a way of celebrating Christ
Cool.
and our faith.
And we're going to get to our first guest coming up in
Yay.
just a few moments right here on AM 940, AM940Hawaii.com, and iHeartRadio AM 940 and TuneIn.
Yeah, the tune in app.
Okay. Brought to you by,
P7 and its Pelotron companies.
we'll be right back. Okay. Great memories we have of Dennis. With Eddie Kamai and the Sons of Hawaii being in there, just, and doing all of those beautiful songs for us that people enjoy today. Mahalo to Dennis Kamakahi.
And touring with he and Uncle George Kahomoku, being a dancer for them, it was such a privilege to listen to him tell all his stories, all the background stories to each of his songs. So what a privilege to continue learning.
I
who
just
he was,
realized,
who he is.
I don't think we've called our next guest, did we?
That's what we were asking him to do. But you know what? It's okay because
Good
we got so
question.
caught up with a beautiful song.
Wait. I forgot to call the person before we
But it
do
wasn't
the
meant to be in that
report.
moment because we were talking about her that he probably felt he had called her already.
You guys gotta respect your elders. When they don't know and you gotta tell them.
But you said earlier not to
But you
tell
be
them.
nice when you tell them. Here's the phone number. I know you wanted it, so you can call them so we can do the interview.
You know what? While you call her right now, I can share about how we met her, which would be wonderful. So if you want to call her right in this moment, it would be wonderful, and then we can talk about how we met her at Diamond Head Grill the other day, and then.
Yeah, our fearless engineers.
Yes, he shall call her. Anyway, so we
He's
are.
double fisting it. A camera in one hand, phone in the other.
That's right.
Yeah.
So anyway, we go over to Diamond Head Grill and decide to have this wonderful salmon plate lunch that they make.
Too much information.
No, because we
It
don't.
is-
No, it was good.
It
It
was
is tasty.
so
What's tasty?
I'll give you that.
But,
Yeah.
you know, here's this family. We're all standing there waiting, and your dad.
And they got 4 times the amount of people as us.
Yes.
4 times the amount of customers at the previous restaurant there, Burgerland, if you remember.
How,
Yeah.
However,
So,
had it opened when it was supposed to, we wouldn't have had this conversation. But we're standing there waiting, and we usually come in and they're taking orders, but there's no orders being
wasn't
taken.
open till 11.
11. We were a few minutes early.
That is interesting because we were talking actually on the break how we ended up here was we were talking about coincidences.
Yeah,
Yes.
because you were saying if you hadn't.
If I hadn't joined my band, I wouldn't have been able to get back surgery.
Yes.
Like the long and short of it.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because I had a band for a while, but then I had to have surgery, so we obviously couldn't sing for a while
Right,
because
right.
I was going through so much pain in my
Right.
life.
Uh-huh.
And but had it not been for my drummer, telling me about this opening at Tripler.
It was
and then
your drummer?
It was my drummer, yeah, who told me about this opening at Tripler in the medical department over there. And I went and applied for it. And I ended up bumping into this sergeant I used to work with whom I used to work when I
So
was.
that's 2 people that now have redirected you.
And he redirected me. He said, you separate. You should go get your medical benefits with the VA. And I was like, oh, we can get those, because they don't really tell you these things when you're separating from the military. And so it's just like I said, total coincidence, total happenstance. And I mean, it's probably like one of the biggest blessings of my life that it actually happened.
Wow. Wow.
And I think that sometimes coincidences, good or bad, are just blessings.
Uh-huh.
They are.
That's
They
cool.
are.
That was a huge.
So then we're standing in line and stuff, and then it turns out we're trying to figure out why the ordering's not happening, and then this family turns around and says, oh, they're not open yet, and so it led to a conversation, and the reason I bring this up is because this show has been like that, there are moments where we get to meet these wonderful people, and so it turns out they said, oh no, we flew into Honolulu because we do business over here, they're financial consultants with this, and just real sweet.
America, right?
Right, and then it turns out I said, oh, what school did you go to? Oh, Hilo, graduated in 1995. Oh, do you know Misty Pacheco?
Misty was 1987, but right?
So, yes,
So she would have been a
but they
senior.
know each
Did you?
other.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to now the
Hilo is-
conversation
No,
before the
Misty
actual
was-
interview.
no,
It is deeply important and
Misty was
rooted in
1995.
the special qualities that belong
she
to
came to my
Hawaii.
halau in 1997.
And so, when these things are shared, and frankly, they don't stop until we take a musical break so we can get the person on the line, then let's go to another song.
So we'll finish the story.
Evidently,
after.
well, we're not getting connected,
So I'll
so
call
we
her.
need to reconnect, and we'll do that. It's 7:29. It's Aloha Friday, brought to you by.
He said, and it's Pelotron Companies.
Where's that card? Let me call.
I tried calling her. She
You know
wasn't
what?
picking up.
Sometimes we know how to multitask.
Here.
Ah, yes, the beautiful sounds of the ukulele. Wow. Thank you, Carlos.
They're getting ready to sail next month.
Yep, getting to sail.
Get ready to send
And
them off.
next week, we'll be at the Mary Monarch Festival.
Yes.
And Ikeko and Min will be here
Holding
in the
down the
studio,
fort.
holding down the fort.
Yep, keeping the home
We'll be
fires
calling
burning.
you.
That's
We'll be calling
right.
you
That's
from
what they
there.
do. It's what they do. It's what they do for you. So,
Apparently, I've evolved into
Wait.
that position here on the show.
So, I'm getting to know this name. Getting to
You're the
know.
anchor.
Yeah, that's one you're gonna have to
It's
practice.
Aloha Delivery's granddaughter.
That is a mouthful.
Yes.
Okay, that is the longest name in
That's not
Miss
a name.
Aloha
That's
history.
like a paragraph.
But
Yeah.
Kau'i, her aunt, did share the
Okay.
other night.
Kiliolani nui amamau o ho'opi I wahine kapua loke o kalania kea lai. How's that?
How's that for a juxtaposition?
How's that? Ladies and gentlemen, on the radio.
Okay,
Now I gotta go
so-
practice.
You have a full-on alphabet for the first name and 3-letter last
Woo!
name. That's
Yeah.
an interesting juxtaposition.
And this is how I'll say it. I'll say the whole name, and then afterwards I'll say, after a brief pause, lie. Okay?
That's a good idea.
Well,
Because otherwise it
then
gets
you know
lost
the
in there.
continuity of the
Yeah.
name,
Right.
and we want her last
Right.
name, even though it's brief, to
Still
be there,
yes,
because
to honor
that
her
is who
family.
she is. And who she represents is the mama and the
Right,
two aunties.
Mama Aloha.
No, mama and the two aunties,
Right.
which are the daughters of
Ko'i.
the original Miss Hula
Yes.
Aloha Delivery.
Yes.
So her mother is
Kapua.
Kapua. Then there's Ko'i,
Right.
and then there's Keola.
Is there an award for the longest name amongst the
Well,
Miss
there's a
Aloha
72
contestants?
well,
'Cause she's
there's
gonna
a
win.
72
Wait, is there an
member.
award for the shortest song?
There's a-
It's Aloha Friday, no work till Monday. A-dooby-dooby-dooby-dooby-doo. It's Aloha Friday, no work till Monday. Brought to you by
Jason and its Pelletron Company.
It's Aloha Friday,
No work till
Monday. A-dooby-dooby-dooby-dooby-dooby. I know you want to sing. Come on. Friday is the last time. No work till Monday. A-dooby-dooby-dooby-dooby-doo.
Happy birthday, Emma. First birthday.
Happy Easter, everyone. Enjoy and share the spirit. Aloha. Here is where I sit all cloudy and blends with the dream of islands lying everywhere. Got a guitar in my hand and a Western oil can under my ukole for a chair. It's Aloha Friday.